We take off our day dress, we'll put on our night dress. And the supreme cause of material creation is his intelligence. See, these fools, they think, oh, it's just, no intelligence behind it, no intelligence. The devotees are scientists called intelligent design. And the Christians caught on to that. They use that to intelligent design. Because where do you see a design with no intelligence? You see something designed, there's intelligence behind it. And now they have these Teslas, have all this computers, smartphones. There's intelligence behind it. This is nothing compared to the creation. I mean, the stars. But yeah, I had an instance where I went to visit my family on Christmas Eve, and it happened to be a full moon. So the astronomers, they got their calculators to find out when the next full moon is going to be on Christmas Eve. And it's so synchronized, everything is so, they figured it out. It's going to be, I don't know, 80 years or something. Full moon is going to be on Christmas Eve. I'm just like, I mean, that's pretty organized. So I was telling my family members about this, how, this God's creation is just so synchronized, so organized. But I have one brother, he's a big atheist, and he shouted, "It's law." I just ignored. And then I continued speaking about it. The others are about 6 brothers and sisters. They're all Christians. So I was more appreciating the creation of God. And then again he shouted, "It's law." And I shouted back at him, "It's God's law." God's law? I thought it was Newton's law. Said, was the law there before Newton? He wouldn't answer me. I shouted at him, was the law there before Newton? Finally he said, yes. Newton's law. But he was actually he was a big theist. He was so theistic. He had some friends that were atheists. So he had this model of the universe in his basement. So he brought one of his atheistic friends down there, and they were talking. And he saw that model of the universe. He said, "Well, who did this?" He said, "Oh, no, I just came down here just there. I knew you had this ability to do this. No, I didn't do it. Just came down and it was there." Oh, come on, that's ridiculous. I said, well, you say this bigger universe is up here, so this is much smaller. That was a good point there. His mind is the moon. Lunatics. The reservoir of all changes. Yeah, I guess people's minds change a lot. For called lunatics. Here's 35. The principle of matter, Mahatattva, is the consciousness of the omnipresent Lord. Principle of matter, Mahatattva, is the consciousness of the omnipresent Lord, as asserted by experts. Now, how do we understand that? The principle of matter is the consciousness. Of course, matter moves by the arrangement of Krishna. And a blade of grass moves without the sanction of Krishna. Right? So then I guess that would have something to do with that. Principle of matter is the consciousness of the omnipresent Lord, as asserted by the experts. And Rudra Dev is ego. Now, ego just means identity. There's the false ego, and there's the real ego. So Rudradeva is this identity. The horse, the mule, the camel, the elephant are his nails. That's different. How will we see that? Well, the elephant has pretty strong nails. The big feet, big nails. And actually, all of them, the horse, also a mule, camel, and wild animals, and all quadrupeds are situated in the belt zone of the Lord. I think these things are hard to understand. Okay, and today, this is the text 36. We'll read this one. Vayam sita vijaya karanam vichitram
Vayam sita karanam vichitram
Manurmanisa mancho vivasa
Mano manisha manujo nivasa
Vidyanaracharana
Gandhara Vidyadharacharana
Sparasmiti Asurani Ya
Swarasmiti Asturani Kavidya
Vayam Tadyak Vayam Tadvikya Vayam Tadyakaranam Vitram
Vayam Sita Karanam Vichitram
Manurmani Samanujro Vivasa
Manor Manisha Manujo Nivasa
Taravidyana Charanapsara
Gandhara Vidyadharacharana
Rasmati Apsurani Ya
Swarasmiti Asurani Kavidya
Maya Sitadya Vichitram
Vayam Sitadya Karanam Vichitram
Manurmani Samanujro Vivasa
Mano Manisha Manujo Nivasa
Vidya Charanapsara
Gandhara Vidyadharacharana
Surasmati Ya
Swarasmiti Asurani Kavidya
Vayam sitadya karanam vichitram
Vayam Sitadya Karanam Vichitram
Manor manisha manujo nivasa
Manor Manisha Manujo Nivasa
Gandharva vidyadhara charanapsaran
Gandhara Vidyadharacharana
Smarasmriti asurani kavirya
Swarasmiti Asurani
Kavirya Vayansi
Vayamsi
varieties of birds.
varieties of birds
Tatvyaparanam
Tatyakaranam
vocables. Vichiram
Vichitram
chitram artistic.
Manu
The father of mankind.
Father of mankind
Manisa
Manisha
thoughts.
Thoughts
Manuja
Manuja
mankind.
man
The sons of man.
The sons
Excuse me,
of
the son of Manu.
Son of Manu
Nivasaha
Vasaha
the residence.
Residence
Gandharva
Gandharva
the human beings named Gandharvas.
Human beings named Gandharvas
Yeah, I thought the human beings weren't. I thought the Gandharvas weren't human beings.
there there's 400,000 species of humans, right? And some of the species of humans are on the higher planets. The Gandharvas are included.
Yeah, right. Vidyadhara,
Vidyadhara
Vidyadharas,
Vidyadharas
Charana,
Charana
the Charanas,
Charana
Apsara,
Apsara
the angels, Swara,
Swara
musical rhythm,
Musical rhythm
Smriti,
Smriti
remembrance,
Remembrance
Asura Anika,
Asura Anika
the demoniac soldiers,
Soldier.
Virya,
Beard.
prowess.
Prowess.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada, Vijaya.
Yeah.
Varieties of birds are indications of its masterful artistic sense. Just like they have these, the peacocks are so beautiful, and some of these, actually mentioned here, also the parrots, beautiful. Some of these is amazing how many colors are on it. Manu, the father of mankind, is the emblem of his standard intelligence. Standard intelligence. There's high intelligence, there's standard intelligence. So Manu is the standard intelligence. And humanity is his residence. There's one place where Krishna says, yeah, I like the human beings. Which is therefore that's his residence. The celestial species of human beings, like the Gandharvas, Vidyaharas, Charanas, and angels, all represent his musical rhythm. And the demoniac soldiers are representations of his wonderful prowess. Purport. The aesthetic sense of the Lord is manifested in the artistic, colorful creation of varieties of birds like the peacock, parrot, and cuckoo. The Krishna, he's the best artist. It's like there's people that paint beautiful birds, parrots, and peacocks, and they do very well actually. But the paint stinks. Horrible. This is paint. It's just like one of the worst smells. Beautiful drawings. Stinks. But Krishna, he makes it beautiful. It's like the sunrises and sunsets, birds. So much people. Some people are very beautiful. So Krishna is he's the best artist. What else is very beautiful?
Flowers.
Flowers. Prabhupada said, if you look at a flower long enough, an intelligent person will understand it must be a God. Because the flowers, not only are they beautiful, smell really nice. It's like every morning you get to smell these nice flowers. Because basically, you know that if you offer a flower to Krishna has no fragrance, then it's an offense. Offer flowers to the Lord with no fragrance, it's an offense. But they always have these nice flowers every morning. So they're beautiful and they smell nice. So Krishna's the best artist. One time they were here at the Pacific Ocean, they were having a kirtan. And one devotee said to Prabhupada, Prabhupada, isn't the Pacific Ocean beautiful? And Prabhupada said, yes, it's very beautiful from a distance. You get too close, it's dangerous. He said, just like Maya is very attractive, but you get too close, dangerous. Sure, thousands and thousands of people died in the ocean. Shipwrecks, people drowning, just sometimes some people like you go on the beach and you get an undercurrent, you get pulled out. You're not a good swimmer, you get pulled out. Dangerous. The celestial species of human beings. So these are the celestial species, like the Gandharvas and Vidyaharas, can sing wonderfully and can entice even the minds of the heavenly demigods. Their musical rhythm represents the musical sense of the Lord. How then can he be impersonal? Prabhupada gives the example of one of their arguments with the impersonalists is that you have a piece of paper and you tear it up, little pieces, and then eventually, no more whole paper. Done. Everything is in peace. So they say that's what we are. We're the pieces of God. So there's no supreme. We're all pieces. There's no one supreme rascal. But what does Krishna say? Or what does it say? Om Purnamada Purnam. That although so many complete wholes come from Krishna, who is also a complete whole, he remains. This is Krishna. He doesn't become minimized by having so many of his parts. His musical taste, artistic sense, and standard intelligence, which is never fallible, are different sides of his supreme personality. The Manosamhita is the standard law for humanity, that every human being is advised to follow this great book of social knowledge. Has anybody read the Manosamhita? There's some pretty heavy things in there. One of them is if the father has not gotten his daughter married by the time she has her menstrual period,
Goes to hell.
huh?
Goes to hell.
No, he drinks it.
Yeah.
Prabhupada said that the duty of the father, the daughter is not done until she's married. That's hard for us Westerners to follow because it's so hard to get the girls. You lucked out and didn't have a girl. So hard because the standard is that the parents, they arrange the marriage and they don't have to worry about it. The girls don't have to worry about it. But now we have women, thousands and thousands, millions of women in this country trying to find a husband. Just doesn't work. It's such a nice standard. There's an astrological calculation, girl and boy, and they match them, and no worries. Just like you're going to get married. It's an arranged marriage. You don't have to worry about it, right? And she doesn't have to worry about it. It's not, some astrological calculations were made. Yeah. Like, so it's so much easier. Now they're not doing that in India now. And it's chaos, so much divorce and what it is, I remember Kesha Swami was given a class and one person asked, so do you believe that men and women should be married by love or arrangement? In other words, so-called love, but there's no love in this world. Love is between the living entity and Krishna. And if you do an astrological calculation and they're both devotees, and you have Krishna is in the center of the relationship, then there's love. If there's no Krishna, it's just on the bottom conception of life, like the animals. And then it just doesn't work, as we're seeing. Human society is the residential quarters for the Lord. This means that the human being is meant for God realization and association with God. This life is a chance for the conditioned soul to regain his eternal God consciousness and thus fulfill the mission of life. Maharaj Prahlad is the right type of representative of the Lord in the family of Asuras. None of the living beings is away from the Lord's gigantic bodies. Each and every one has a particular duty in relation to the Supreme Body. Disruption in the matter of discharging the specific duty assigned to each and every living being is the cause of disharmony between one living being and another. But when the relation is re-established in relation with the Supreme Lord, there is complete unity between all living beings, even up to the limit of the wild animals and human society. There's that amazing example of Haridas Thakur, where he was in a cave and he was preaching. People were coming, and they noticed that it's kind of hot in there, and they found that there was a big snake. It's amazing. And then they said, maybe they said to Haridas Thakur, maybe you should go somewhere. There's a big snake in there. And he was ready to go, but then just when he was ready to go, the snake slithered out because the super soul was there, and the super soul told the snake, "You're disturbing the pure devotee and other devotees. Better to just leave." Amazing, huh? So there's what does it say here? That there's harmony between one living being and another, but when the relationship is reestablished in relation between Lord, there is complete unity between all living beings, even up to the limit of wild animals in human society. Boy, those devotees must have been shocked to see that snake just slither away, go away. Amazing. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu displayed this living unity in the jungle of Madhya Pradesh, where even the tigers, elephants, and many other ferocious animals perfectly cooperated in glorifying the Supreme Lord. That is the way to peace and amity all over the world. Amity?
Friendship.
Friendship. Om Jnana Tamalendasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshravalitamjana Tasmai Shri Vijaya Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasti Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare.
This is an amazing pastime of Lord Chaitanya, where he was going through the Jarikanda forest, and Balabhadra Bhattacharya, he was his assistant, and I think there was one other servant also. Lord Chaitanya was going through, and he was in his ecstasy, and it's described that he touched the tiger with his foot. Now, I don't know what that means. It just kind of touched it. It sounded like he just. And Balabhadra, and then the tiger became, I mean, the Bengali tigers, those are also the biggest. Here in America, before there was all these animal rights, they had a grizzly bear and a Bengal tiger, yeah, in cages. They were sizing each other out for about, I think, about 6 hours or something. Then they let them free, and the grizzly bear, his paws like this big. The tiger attacked him, and the grizzly slapped him once in the head. Finished. Grizzly bear. So those are like the toughest, the grizzly and the bear. Right? So don't mess with the grizzlies. So Lord Chaitanya, he touches, so Balabhadra, he got a little, waist. Lord Chaitanya is the tiger. And what did Lord Chaitanya do? He told him to chant Hare Krishna. And then the deer came also. And the deer and the tiger, they were embracing. As described, they were kissing. It's like this Lord Chaitanya, the influence of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Complete harmony. This spiritual complete harmony. Lord Chaitanya is the Supreme Lord. He created that harmony amongst these animals. And then he went on, there were some wild elephants. And he slapped a wild elephant and also told them to chant Hare Krishna. And they were chanting Hare Krishna. I don't know how that was. But they were chanting Hare Krishna. So this is the influence So Prabhupada said, Lord Chaitanya, he can get the animals to chant Hare Krishna, but I can't do that. But at least I'm getting the animal-like, because we're all like animal-like, engaged in so much nonsense activity. At least I'm getting them to chant. And some of them became very good to it. So this is the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Prithivichi Atiyat Nagaradigram Sarvatapata Moina, that the name of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be spread to every town and village throughout the world. A lot of towns and villages that still haven't been touched. Still a lot of service to do. So here in the middle of this purport, Prabhupada says, human society is the residential quarters of the Lord. This means that the human being is meant for God realization and association with God. This is the best association. Have this association of the Lord. It's like when Lord Chaitanya, when he would leave, it was like it was torture for the devotees. And when Krishna was leaving Vrindavan, what did the gopis say? That he's left and he's stolen our minds. He's taken our minds with him. And they're just absorbed Krishna. Although he's gone, still they were just absorbed in Krishna. So much so that they were imitating the activities, the pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan. Just absorbed Krishna. So this is the goal, to get absorbed in Krishna. And this is his kindness that he comes and displays his amazing pastimes so that we can be attracted. Just like in Hawaii, it was just a little island out there. No one ever heard of it. It was just a little island out there. Then, fortunately, how we got it was not so nice. We actually just wanted to install it from imperialism. So, but then they made a lot of advertisement about Hawaii. Tropical paradise. So much, millions and millions of dollars they put. And now millions and millions of people go there every year. Tropical paradise. So, because of this advertisement, so Krishna comes also, and he performs his wonderful pastimes. And these books are the advertisement. Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya. This is all advertisements for the spiritual world. You want to go to a nice place? Hawaii is nothing. Because Hawaii, there's birth, death, old age, and disease. So if you really want to go to a nice place, better than the tropical paradise of Hawaii, go to the spiritual world. This is where there's no anxiety. In Hawaii, there's a lot of anxiety. There was one friend of mine, he went there, and he was just sitting on the beach, enjoying the tropical paradise. And some locals came by and just beat him up. He was like, what was it? And they were just, this foul language, just beating him up. And one person, he was from Brazil. And he went to Hawaii to surf. There was a lot of surfers going on. They go there. And he said, when he came back, he told Kapaturu, our old Sankirtan partner, he said they were beating me. The local surfers, they were beating me. And they were saying to him, these are our waves. Go back to your country. Don't come here and take our wave. Very possessive, like our waves. Yeah. And they were beating him. So much for tropical paradise, right? Very violent there. Material world. As Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, it's a weird abode. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, no place for a gentleman. No place for a gentleman. It's not a nice place. But the nice place is, so Prabhupada goes on to say, this life is a chance for the conditioned soul to regain his eternal God consciousness and thus fulfill his mission of life. So Prabhupada says here, regain. In other words, we did have that. We did have that consciousness. There's still some people, it's amazing, there's still very senior devotees that think we were never with Krishna. So I asked one of them, so we were never with Krishna, you're saying. So then why are we here? Why? I mean, he said, well, we had a choice. We can go to the spiritual world, or we can go to the material world. But I said, wait a second, we didn't have any information of the spiritual world or the material world. Why would we choose one over the other? So it just makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. And if you heard about the spiritual world, then obviously you're going to go to the spiritual world. It's just like, it boggles my mind that people believe this. And throughout Prabhupada's books, that we were there in the spiritual world, back to God. How do you go back to a place where you've never been? Yeah, it just boggles my mind. So this process of Krishna consciousness is to regain. Vidite virigantim chidyante sarasamsaya. Vidite jasikarmani prista eva parishvara. That the heart, by this Krishna consciousness, the heart is pierced. And all misgivings are cut to pieces. And fruitive activities are terminated when one sees the self as master. This appears like a pretty violent verse, pierced. The heart is pierced.
I think it's not in the heart.
The knot in the heart.
The knot in the heart.
The knot in the heart.
Yeah, the knot is pierced. Yeah, okay. The knot in the heart is pierced, so it's cut to pieces. All misgivings are cut to pieces, and fruitive activities are terminated. It's pretty heavy verse. Yeah. And Prabhupada says in one purport that we should desire that our material mentality be killed. We want this material mentality to be terminated, cut to pieces, pierced, killed. Because this is the problem, you have all these illusions, this knowledge, terminates. What is Krishna said? Tesam evadakam partam aham pragyanajam nasya avapso jnanadipayam. Out of compassion, I do the supers are dwelling within the heart, destroy with a shining lamp of knowledge in darkness born of ignorance. Destroys. And that again, destroys with a shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. We want all this nonsense to be destroyed, cut to pieces, chopped up, just finished. All misgivings, all misunderstandings, all Maya finished, so that all that's left is Krishna consciousness, pure Krishna consciousness. This is the goal. Not an easy thing to achieve, but it happens. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that what is that verse? Being free from attachment, fear, and anger, being fully absorbed in Vitaraga Boyakara, Manmayama Pasha, Bhavogan, Putamad Bhavaman. Being free from attachment, fear, and anger, being fully absorbed in me. Many, many persons in the past have become purified by my help. So he's encouraging to say, many, many persons in the past. So there's hope. He's given us some hope that it's happened. And it can happen to us also. We just have to be determined. Utsaha. very enthusiastic to serve Krishna, to think of Krishna. Utsahan Nishchayadaya, confident that this is right. So that confidence comes from hearing, from those who are very confident. Srila Prabhupada. And so many devotees, so confident. And patience. Gotta be patient. I was in Germany giving a class, study program. And I mentioned this, that the name Krishna are non-different. So this one student after the class, he said, I find this to be inconceivable. That the name of God and God, it is pretty amazing. The name of God is not. So I said, well, you have to be a little patient to understand this. And this student said, you know, this word patience, it's not even in my dictionary. We want everything now. We want everything now. I've been chanting Hare Krishna for 2 years and I'm not seeing Krishna yet. That process doesn't work. Sometimes people leave, they think that this doesn't work. I still get all my contamination. But what does Prabhupada give? He gives an example of a room where there's a lot of dust, and someone opens the window and a lot of dust comes up. So much dust is there in the heart, and now we're practicing. The dust is coming up. Things that we weren't even aware of coming up. So now we have to cleanse. Cheto Darpana Marjana Bhava Mahadevavana. Now we're cleansing the heart of all this dust. And Krishna he's so pure. He's so pure that just by thinking of Krishna, we can become purified. That's the potency of Krishna. That just by thinking of Krishna, chanting Hare Krishna, hearing about Krishna, eventually Krishna will free us of all this dust. Too much dust. So, is there any question? Or yeah.
Thank you for a nice quiz. They just reminded me of the Gundicha enlargement, the cleansing of the Gundicha temple. They went in to clean it, and they did the preliminary cleaning, and it looks clean. Mahaprabhu, no, it's not clean yet. Then they had to go and really scour the place and look in the nooks and crannies, and and then remove the more finer elements, more finer particles of dust and dirt. And then finally it was totally clean. And then it was a fit place for the Lord to reside.
Yeah. A little dirt in the corners and stuff. So we got dirt in the corners of our heart. We're not even aware of it. So, but Krishna is very expert at cleansing the heart. Continue on. Any other comments? Okay, thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki
Yeah.